3, 2, 1. Thank you, man.
Yes, hello everybody. How are you doing? My name is Max Kelly, and today we have probably my favourite parkrun video of all time. We are at Clevedon Salthouse Fields today, and this video is quite special. And as always, I've decided not to start at the very front. And that is mistake number 1 of the day. As you can see, there is a guy at the very front of this race, and he has already put 40 meters into the rest of us. So if I'm any chance of getting anywhere near that first place, I'm gonna have to get my skates on. So like I mentioned, this is the Clevedon Parkrun, and honestly, this has been my favourite parkrun that I have ever done. Now, if you've watched some of my videos before, you will know that I'm on a park race world tour. And why have we ended up in this location? Well, there was a weather warning for where I live, and I did not fancy my local parkrun. I had a look to see where would be a safe bet for the morning, and as you can see, it's damn windy, but it's just about okay to give it a solid effort today. So we've come to Clevedon. Now, this course is a mixture of coastline. There's, I think, 6 different dead turns. There is a lot of weaving in and out of lap people, and there's also a rapid bloke at the front. Now, what I want you to do now is watch how I take this dead turn. A new style.
Cheers, mate.
There we go, the old reversey Percy. Now, that was sent to me as a reel on Instagram. I saw a Japanese runner, looked absolutely quality, and I've got a massive race coming up where there are 2 big dead turns at the Telford 10k. So maybe I give that a go, but I thought I'd get some practice in. Okay, so it's about this point where I'm thinking this video is going to be absolute crap, because I am a long way behind the first position and I'm quite a way in front of the third position. So it's just me running, trying to waffle on. Hang tight, because this gets very spicy. There's Vic. Give her a nice high five on the way through. So I've come down with Victoria today. We are both doing this park race. Let's see how much time I can catch up with the bloke in front. Okay, now, if you'd have seen my most recent upload, I tested out the latest Kiprun Carbon Super Shoe, and that is exactly what are on my feet today. Because in the end of my video, I said, I love that shoe, but I wanted to give it an all-out test in a race, and that is exactly what we're doing today. And honestly, I am in love with this shoe. Now, I know there are a number of huge brands out there. Adidas, Nikes, Pumas, you name it, Sauconys. There are some amazing super shoes out there. But one of the problems I have with these super shoes is the sheer cost of them. Now, these Kipruns on my feet are £99 and genuinely perform unbelievable. If you've never worn a carbon super shoe before, these are the ones to try. There's a really soft, flexible plate in there, and there's so much foam and padding, yet the shoe is incredibly lightweight. And after this park run, I genuinely think this shoe is going to be an absolute staple in my training shoe rotation. So less about the running shoe chat. As we run down past the marina now, you will see I'm slowly starting to squeeze that gap. And we went through the first K in a 3:23. Now, let's just say preparation for this park race has not been as good as what it normally is, because I didn't get very good sleep, and I decided to have a few pints from my curry the night before, as well as doing a track session. So maybe things could have been done a little bit better, but the gap is still being squeezed out here. And I just really need to get within touching distance so I can try and allow him to do more of the work than me, because certainly at the moment, trying to squeeze this gap, I'm really exerting a lot of my energy here. 181 is the heart rate, which is very high for a Saturday morning.
Cheers.
Very good job, Maxi boy. You have done it. You are now within touching distance of old mate who is in first place. Now, something I will say is in this part of the course, we are protected a lot more than when we get to the top part of the course, because the wind on this park run, you can see there from the flags, it is so strong. And now we get to this point on the course where we start to see other competitors on this park race, and it is a bit of a weaving game. Now, this is only the start of the second lap. We've got another lap to go after that, so we've got a lot of weaving to do in and out of this, running at quite fast paces, so things do get quite tasty. Now, that is the look of a man who decided to go for a wee beforehand because Vic needed the toilet and she didn't go, and she is absolutely bursting. So sorry to embarrass you on the channel like that, but I feel pretty smug that I went for my pre-race wee, and now I've caught up to him. As always, I am after suggestions of where you want to send me on this Parkrun World Tour. I have been blown away by some of the lovely comments I've had on the channel recently. The movement has been absolutely class. Comments telling me to go all over the country, and further than that, well, I can't quite afford to go abroad or do any of those ones, but keep rolling them my way. Anything quirky, fast, slow ones, whatever they are, scenic ones, let me know. Doing this one, going a bit further than what I normally would do, really has been an absolute blessing. Also, I had a couple of shouts when I was out there on the course as well. Thank you for those that gave me some heckles. Always love to hear it. There's another reversey Percy. Still got a bit of work to be done on that one. But I tell you one thing that does do is when you kick off, your legs do not feel dead. When you do a normal dead turn, your legs feel heavy and it's just a crap feeling. I have been rambling on and we've forgotten the second kilometre. That second kilometre we went through in a 2:19. But most of them... No, we didn't. It was a 3:19. Idiot. And that kilometre we went through in a 3:19. Now, over the last year or so, since adding stats and all the information onto my YouTube videos, I've been asked on quite a regular basis, how on earth do I do that? Now, there are lots of tutorials out there, but most importantly, you need two things. You need a camera, the Insta series, so one of the Insta 360 cameras. I'm using the Go 3S model, the lightweight one that sits on top of your head. But you also need a watch. Now, talking of watches, I have been using the Coros Pace 3 for the last 2 years. And when I bought this watch, I wanted to use a watch that just did not die after 1 or 2 runs. And my word, the Coros is unreal for that. Now, just last week, I received an unreal email from the Coros team, who very kindly hooked me up with the latest Coros Pace 4. Coros actually sent me one, and I'm so grateful for it, like a kid at Christmas. And the battery life is an absolute joke how good it is. I literally don't even charge it up for 2 weeks at a time, 2 whole weeks without having to think about it being charged.
And there's nothing worse than when you go for a run, your bloody watch is not fully charged. And in high GPS mode, you can do 41 hours worth of exercise. 41 hours! That's like ran to Japan kind of volume, and even then he's probably not even charging it for like 15 days at a time. Not only that, but there's now a 164% brighter screen than the previous model, which was already pretty bright, so if you're in a sunny country, this is perfect. I've not even mentioned the price. The price is so cheap. It's the best value watch, I'm telling you, out there. Now, I know Coros have sent me this, but I've used their previous model and bought them as a loyal customer, and I absolutely love Coros. And very quickly, the last thing that I will add that they have done is they've added voice notes now into their watch. There's a function that you can genuinely record a voice note straight after your workout, and it will link straight up to your Coros training app. And this can then be shared with your coach to give instant feedback straight after a workout or a race. I absolutely love the new Coros Pace 4. I will leave a link down below. And if you use my checkout code, you will also receive a free band, which comes in really handy if you just want to freshen things up and have a change of wristband. Anyway, let's get back to the park run up the Coros. Rightio, 3k down. That one was a 3:30, and I can tell you that was comfortably the slowest kilometre of this park run. It will get quicker and things will liven up very soon. We now have just over 1 lap to go, because the next time that we take this slope downhill, we will be less than 100 metres out from the finish line. And as you can see, all I'm doing at the moment is sitting in behind Mr. Bristol Track Club, because he is doing an unbelievable job of acting as a windbreak for me on my parkrun quest. Now, like I mentioned earlier when I was doing my reversey Percy, I am taking on the Telford 10k, and that is in 2 weeks' time. The plan for that race is to get a personal best. I feel like I am in the shape of my life. I would like to run a sub 31 minutes and 30 seconds, and who knows, it might even be quicker than that. Training at the moment has gone so well. We've been hitting some good numbers in terms of volume, but more specifically, we've had some really good quality sessions. Now, very quickly, my training at the moment looks a little bit like this. We're averaging between 118 and 125 kilometers each week. This week was 124. We did a big session on a Tuesday night. That's a road session, predominantly at my half marathon and 10k pace, but for some longer reps. And then on the Friday, we do a track session, and those are predominantly 400 meters, 800 meters, and sometimes 1k reps. And those are done at much faster paces, more towards my 5k pace. Of course, a Sunday long run, as we say hello to Victoria. There she is, my lovely girlfriend. Going back towards the training plan then, and it's just all about the moment, building some volume, getting some cross-country races in, and trying to get myself as aerobically fit as I possibly can. Come springtime, I will look to take on the Brighton half marathon. I'm very excited for this, and I will look to try and run that one in sub 69. Last year, you'll remember I ran the Barcelona marathon, half marathon even, in a sub 70. Absolutely chuffed with that, but now I feel like it's time to move on from that and see if we can beat that and go one better.
Sorry.
Okay, as you can see, no reversey Percy there, and the serious chat will now begin, because what you're about to witness is two men giving everything for their egos to try and win. The first overtake, and I can assure you that is not the only overtake of the next 3 and a bit minutes. I'm going to shut up for the next minute, and I'm going to let the running do the talking. Right, now this really is a sign of two men that just do not want to finish second, and I can tell you at this point, all was going through my head was what that bloody Charlie did to me 3 weeks ago at Worcester Parkrun when he beat me in the last 50 metres and he absolutely flew past me. Have I gone too soon though? Have I pushed too hard too soon? Well, I can assure you this bloke is literally sat on my right hand side. There he is, through he goes, and he's just reminiscent of what Charlie did to me. But the good thing about this one is we still got 2 laps of the track to go. And we got some dead turns to get round. There's one, and we got another one straight away. Only one more after this, and then it will be a straight sprint finish. I have to say, I want to say thank you first and foremost to all the marshals here at Clevedon Parkrun. One of the best park runs, as I've mentioned, that I have ever done. Come on, Max, please do not lose yet another park race. Something that I always get comments on my YouTube channel as well is about my breathing. And yes, I am breathing heavy and my heart rate is at 193, but that's what happens when you're pushing to give it all out. Now, tactically here, I took the lead and I knew that with this twisty, turny part of the course with loads of people in the way, I needed to be strong and get in front. The worst thing you can do at this stage is to be sat behind because you don't know when the next opportunity for an overtake will come. So I sucked it up and just went for it hell for leather from pretty much this point in from the last 500 meters. Okay, now I'm going to officially shut up because once we get around this final dead turn, it is an all-out sprint for the finish. I wish I brought a second camera with me because old mate is literally touching the back of my top. We are neck and neck. So we're going to get through these people and we're going to absolutely explode. And I can tell you that is exactly what I did because I was absolutely pushed to the very last inch of this race. Anyway, that's it from me. Really appreciate you guys watching. Can I bring home the W? Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Well, sorry, didn't know where the finish was. Thank you.
Yeah, finish was just people like that.
Great job.